God bless everyone as we welcome you all to this powerful divine awareness. Explore the wisdom of Proverbs 10 verse number 27, highlighting the benefits of a God-fearing and its connection to longevity. Let's dive into 1 Corinthians 7 verses 1 to 5, to understand the importance of mutual responsibility and selflessness in marriage, along with the significance of intimacy within marital bounds. Discover timeless insights for meaningful relationships and spiritual growth. In Proverbs 10 verse 27, tells us that the fear of the Lord prolong days, but the years of the wicked shall be shortened. Proverbs 10 verse 27 emphasizes the two contrasting outcomes based on one's actions and beliefs. It begins by stating, the fear of the Lord prolong days, which means that having reverence and respect for God leads to a prolonged and fulfilling life. In this context, fear refers to a deep sense of awe, reverence, and obedience toward God's teachings and commandments. The proverb suggests that living a life following moral and ethical principles, guided by faith in God, can lead to blessings and a longer life. This concept is also found in other parts of the Bible, where righteousness and obedience to God are associated with divine favor and longevity. On the other hand, the second part of the verse warns, "But the years of the wicked shall be shortened." This implies that those who live a life contrary to God's ways, engaging in wicked or immoral behavior, may face negative consequences and a shortened lifespan. Such actions often lead to various troubles and hardships. Overall, Proverbs 10 verse 27 serves as a reminder of the importance of living a righteous and God-fearing life, as it can bring about positive outcomes and blessings, including a prolonged and fulfilling existence. It also highlights the potential consequences of a wicked lifestyle, which can lead to shortened years and difficulties. The selected quotations from Proverbs 10 verse 27 and 1 Corinthians 7 verses 1 to 5 provide valuable insights into different aspects of life, relationships, and spirituality. Proverbs 10 verse 27 emphasizes the significance of a God-fearing and its correlation with longevity. On the other hand, 1 Corinthians 7 verses 1 to 5 dived into the topic of marriage and sexual relations, highlighting the importance of mutual responsibility and selflessness between spouses. Proverbs 10 verse 27, "The fear of the Lord prolongs days." Proverbs, known for its wisdom literature, often provides practical guidance on living a righteous and fulfilling life. In Proverbs 10 verse 27, the focus lies on the concept of the fear of the Lord. This phrase does not imply being afraid of God but rather having a profound reverence, awe, and obedience towards Him. The proverb suggests that those who live with a genuine fear of the Lord, meaning they honor and respect God's commandments and seek to walk in righteousness, are promised a prolonged life. This verse invites us to consider the correlation between faith, morals, and health. Living a life guided by moral principles and faith in a higher power can lead to a sense of purpose, contentment, and reduced stress. These factors, in turn, may contribute to overall well-being and a longer lifespan. However, it's essential to acknowledge that this verse does not guarantee an individual's lifespan but rather highlights the spiritual benefits of living a God-honoring life. 1 Corinthians 7 verses number 1 to 5. Also, emphasize the importance of a healthy and balanced approach to marriage. In verses 1 to 5, I read, "Now for the matters you wrote about, it is good for a man not to have sexual relations with a woman. But since sexual immorality is occurring, each man should have sexual relations with his wife, and each woman with her husband." Verse number 3. The husband should fulfill his marital duty to his wife, and likewise the wife to her husband. Verse 4, the wife does not have authority over her own body but yields it to her husband. In the same way, the husband does not have authority over his own body but yields it to his wife. Verse 5, do not deprive each other except perhaps by mutual consent and for a time, so that you may devote yourselves to prayer. Then come together again so that Satan will not tempt you because of your lack of self-control. In this verses teaches us marriage, intimacy, and mutual responsibility. The Apostle Paul's teachings in 1 Corinthians 7 address the complexities of marriage, sexuality, and mutual obligations between spouses. Paul starts by addressing the Corinthian belief that celibacy is preferable to marital relationships due to the presence of sexual immorality. However, Paul suggests that marriage is an honorable institution and a remedy to avoid immoral behavior. In verses 3 and 4, Paul stresses the importance of mutual responsibility within marriage. Both husband and wife have to fulfill each other's emotional and physical needs, promoting a healthy and fulfilling marital relationship. This principle of mutual submission emphasizes the value of selflessness and empathy in a marriage, fostering a strong bond between spouses. Verse 5 dives in deeper into the topic of sexual intimacy within marriage. Paul encourages couples not to withhold physical intimacy from each other, except by mutual consent and for a temporary period dedicated to prayer. By doing so, he highlights the importance of open communication and mutual understanding in a marriage. Depriving one another of intimacy for extended periods may lead to temptation and challenges in exercising self-control, potentially affecting the emotional well-being of both partners. In conclusion, both Proverbs 10 verse 27 and 1 Corinthians 7 verses 1 to 5 offer timeless wisdom that can guide us in our relationships, spirituality, and approach to life. They emphasize the significance of living a God-honoring life, maintaining healthy marriages through selflessness and mutual responsibility, and nurturing intimacy within the boundaries of marriage. Applying these principles can contribute to a more fulfilling and purposeful life, as we strive to cultivate a deeper understanding of ourselves, our relationships, and our spiritual journey.